Exciting things are happening to NETGEAR. First off, read this disclaimer carefully. And remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment. So, if we look here at overall Megatrends portfolio, there is a massive outperformance vis-a-vis the S&P 500. In this video, we will look at the next-gen internet theme. So, pretty good performance here from the theme. Very mixed performance. We find NETGEAR here. They make routers. As far as the 52-week low goes, a pretty good performance, but some distance away from the highs. If we go here to the company's website, then you can see, the kind of things they make. So they are targeting home, business, gaming. It's a very ubiquitous brand, hence you have probably seen some of these boxes. Okay, so this is the website. Pretty self-explanatory business. The internet, it's a good business to be in, regardless of what happens with the election. We know for certain that people will still need the internet, and the demand for better internet is going to increase further. If you look at the seasonality here for NETGEAR, you can see that we are now in November, which actually is one of the better months. December is a rather strong month, closing higher 65% of the time. If you look here at the charts, so this is all the history we have with NETGEAR. NTGR is the ticker. So we can go all the way back here to 2003. So we can see quite clearly that it is certainly sensitive to bear markets, but it also has a nasty habit of having its own bear markets within an overall bull market. As an example, this pullback here, minus 36%. The benefit with these stocks that have pullbacks is that they enable you to get a fantastic entry opportunity, where you can get a very big gain, because if you say bought here to this high, that was 104%, but if you timed it a bit more, here we see a floor, all of a sudden you have 166%. So yeah, timing is a big deal. What's very interesting is that here you have the financial crisis and you get this double bottom and the rounding pattern. You also get this inverse head and shoulders pattern as well. But basically this pattern has worked out before. Here we build a floor of support, then a big rally. What happened recently is that we are forming this rounding bottomish pattern. You also have a multi-layered, sort of like a Russian doll, inverse head and shoulders pattern. Head, shoulder, shoulder. You could make the case that this is a large head, deep shoulder, and if we do go down a bit more here, then we could form a much bigger inverse head and shoulders pattern, like something like let's make the drawing a bit more like easier to see. So if something like this were to happen, then you would have like a major inverse head and shoulders pattern. Of course, there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. That's something to be clear about, because if the bulls really start to look at the opportunities here for NETGEAR, then that pattern will simply not form and we will start to rally. But anyway, we do have a bullish configuration here. This is a bullish pattern. It's a reversal pattern where the bears dominate first and then the bulls gain leverage. If you look here at the RSI, okay, let's remove these drawing tools. You can see that the stock is actually sort of reactive to oversold levels. And we did see a low here. And if you look at some of the prior occurrences of oversold RSI on the weeklies, it has worked out pretty darn well as a buying level. The correlation with S&P 500 is minus 44% long term. If we go here to the daily data points, here you can see this bottom pattern in way more detail. So this is a bottoming pattern that's, let's look how long it has taken to develop. Yeah, let's measure from yeah, maybe measure from here, from this low. Okay, so it's taken, it's approaching 2 years. And the longer a pattern takes to develop, the bigger of a deal it is. Here the red 200-day moving average is negative. Now it has turned positive. We have a golden cross back here. This looks good. I mean, this looks like a chart that is definitively improving. And the benefit of NETGEAR is that you have the opportunity here to get a stock, a good stock at a lower level. The problem with many, tech stocks is that there's been a lot of euphoria in them. Okay, so if you look here at the RSI, also here on the daily data points, there's been some tradability here where you, in some instances, have been able to use it as buy or sell signals. But the key thing about the RSI is that you just have to look at the history. If you look here at the accumulation distribution line, even though we are lower here price-wise than we were back here, you can see that the AD line is significantly higher. So that's also interesting. And there's a strong correlation here with the S&P 500 on the shorter time frame. If you look here at Finviz, options are available. It is also shortable. Performance is actually pretty decent, Performance year to date, 26%. When we look at the analyst target price, that's $42.50. That is 38% above the current level. That's bullish. If we go to Saks.com, they have a number to buy, a B value score, A growth, and A momentum, and the VGM of a whopping A. That's really, really good. There is no dividend. So NETGEAR is a global telecommunications firm that offers innovative networking and internet-connected products for seamless networking, broadband access, and network connectivity. So to sum up my take here on NETGEAR. Okay, so it is part of the next gen internet theme. That's a theme that I'm definitively bullish on long term. A lot of good performance, outperforming the major indexes. It is very hard to build a bearish case for next gen internet. NETGEAR is one of those stocks that is some distance from the highs, and there's technically a very interesting pattern that we could certainly classify as bullish. And it is especially bullish in the sense that we could make a case for more upside. When we looked here at the seasonality was decent. It was especially strong in December. When we looked at the fundamentals, that was very bullish, especially when you look at the analyst price targets. So taking it all together here, it is easier to make a bullish case for NETGEAR than a bearish one. Whatever you do, of course, you need to be very careful the coming days, because there is a major election, and there's good reason to think that it's not going to be settled on election day, and the market does not like uncertainty. But the internet business is it is politically neutral. Both Republicans and Democrats want better internet. Whatever you do, of course, don't fight the trend, and may the trend be with you.